o'clock. Where's
Oh my god.
what is that click? What? Yeah. One of them there speaking slightly. It is, Kasaya. I'm sorry.
All right, he said at 4 o'clock.
Good afternoon, parents, guardians, family, friends, faculty, administrators, school board members, and most of all, our senior class. Welcome to Council Rock High School North's graduation for the class of 2025, the 55th class to be graduating from Council Rock High School, now Council Rock High School North. I am Jason Truskevich, principal at North, and it is my distinct pleasure to welcome all of you to Walt Snyder Stadium for our commencement ceremony. At this time, would everyone please rise and join me in the singing of our national anthem, followed by a moment of silence. Please take this moment and reflect on all those who are unable to join us this afternoon. Please be seated. Thank you, Ms. Heather Brewer and members of the choir ensemble, and Mr. Greg Bacuddy and the members of symphonic, marching, and concert bands for their music performances throughout today's ceremony. On stage with me today include Dr. Andrew Sanko, Superintendent of Schools, as well as members of the Council Rock Board of School Directors, Mr. Edward Tate, President, Mr. Bob Hickey, Ms. Ann Horner, Ms. Nicole Kahn, Mr. Michael Roosevelt, and Ms. Linda Stone. Also extending their best wishes to our graduates are board members Ms. Yoda Polly, Mr. Joseph Hidalgo, and Ms. Tracy Osecki. Additionally, Mr. Al Funk, Director of Secondary Education, Ms. Nicole Crawford, Director of Elementary Education, Dr. Al Oberman, Director of Special Services, and all other cabinet members of Council Rock School District. Soon to be joining us on stage will be Grace Seammens, Ava Deo, student speakers, and Al Luna, class of 2025 president. Today's accomplishments did not happen in isolation. With us today are faculty members of Council Rock High School North who have educated, supported, and motivated these students. Their contributions often go unnoticed, but they have impacted each student in front of us today. Also in attendance are faculty members from ascending elementary and middle schools. They have helped develop strong educational foundations for our students during the first 9 years of their education. Thank you to each and every one of you. Please raise your hands, or if you're seated, please stand for recognition. Class of 2025, look into the stands and see if you can find your first teachers, your families. Their support of you has been essential in reaching today's culminating event. You would not be here today without their love. As a school, we say thank you. Students, give them a wave and blow them a kiss to show them your appreciation. I love the love use coming from the crowd. Today, we celebrate not just a graduating class, but a collective of the individuals who chose to be known rather than merely fitting in. And because of that choice, because of your choice, this school is forever changed for the better. You arrived as freshmen, walking the same halls as generations before you. But you didn't just walk through. You made your mark. You didn't wait for permission. You didn't enter with the mindset of, we need to know the seniors. Rather, the seniors need to know us. You spoke up, you stepped out, and you brought others with you. You reimagined what your high school experience should be. You wanted to create an environment of connection, recognition, and excitement. Ava, Cami, and Sophia brought back pep rallies, turning them into celebrations where everyone belonged. Students were recognized for their club and team achievements, which allowed everyone to shine. Peter used his camera, personality, and work ethic to publicize the class through his photographs, managing the school store, and doing whatever necessary, including helping Jeannie well beyond the hours for something that needed to be fixed around the school. You founded and reinvigorated clubs, such as Grace's work with the school newspaper and John's passion for growing our performance arts programs, giving voice and space to students who once felt invisible and unheard. You raised the bar in our classrooms, not just with grades and test scores, but with curiosity, collaboration, and that kind of effort that lifted others around you. 23 of you were recognized by National Merit Corporation, and 11 of you were finalists. As a class, you have accepted over $6 million in scholarships, paving the way for your future success. You can clap for that. You have worked to make changes at the state level, which Lana, Cameron, Audrey, Elaine, Emily, and Caitlin have been working for over 4 years, advocating for a bill that is currently in the PA Senate. You have been recognized at the state and national level for your athletic achievements. Ben and Eden were both state champs, and 29 of you are committed to compete at the collegiate level. You proved that when students stop trying to blend in and instead lean into what they truly are, when they lead with confidence instead of conformity, amazing things happen, such as surprising me at 6:30 in the morning outside my house as your senior class prank. And while the spirit of the school now echoes with your ideas, your energy, and your leadership, this moment is not an ending. It's a launching point. Whether you're heading to college, the workforce, the military, or some path still unwritten, I just have one request. Keep choosing to be known. Keep raising your hand with an idea no one has tried yet. Keep standing up for what matters, even if your voice shakes. Keep building spaces where others can show up as their full selves. You've already proven that courage creates community, that authenticity drives change, that passion sparks progress. So go forward, class of 2025, and bring your light with you to the campuses, companies, and country you'll serve. Bring the boldness you brought here. Don't just fit in with the crowd. Let them know who you are. Because in high school is any indication, the world isn't ready for the incredible impact all of you are about to make. Congratulations, class of 2025. You are seen, you are celebrated, and most importantly, you are known. Now, to recognize each member of Council Rock High School North's graduating class of 2025, I would like to introduce Mr. Don Foster, Social Studies teacher, and Ms. Andrea Houston Lingman, English teacher.
The distinguished scholars of the class of 2025, Srinidhi Alampali, Bianca Anna Becker, Lana Hakma, Anaga Kanarpati, Neil Kaushik, Sierra Grace Kim, Elaine Liao, Marianne Moyes, Nathan Gabriel Speart, Simberly Tai, Neil Vias, Joanna Wu, Esther Zhang,
The class officers, student executive board, and graduation speakers of the class of 2025. The class of 2025 president and graduation speaker, Alvaro Valentino Luna III. The class of 2025 vice president and a distinguished scholar, Alex Zio Tao. The class of 2025 treasurer and a distinguished scholar, Andrew Jin. The class of 2025 secretary, Lucy Noel Killian. Class of 2025 public relations officer, Catherine Nicole McCarthy. Student executive board president, Camille Victoria Rizzo. The Student Executive Board Secretary, Ava Michelle Kutzler. The Student Executive Board Public Relations Officer and President of the Intermediate Unit Forum, Cara Regina Moriarty. The Student Executive Board and Intermediate Unit Forum member, Sophia L. Caruso. Student Executive Board member, Lile Michelle Nagel. Graduation speaker, Grace Madison Seammens. Graduation speaker, Ava Catherine DeMeo.
The class of 2025. Leanne Lily Abraham.
Ella Mariana Caruso.
Thaddeus Abraham.
Lucas Shin Lee.
Sia Abral.
Mateo Anthony Licata.
Jackson Nicholas Accardi.
Stephanie Liga.
John Manuel Acosta.
Sydney Linus.
Samantha Christine Adams.
Stephen Liu.
Juliana Agayev.
Vivian Liu.
Mark Agayev.
Juliana Grace Lafredo.
Anjani Agarwal.
Olivia Marie Langoski.
Sophia Aurora Romano Aida.
Nija Wright Longsdorf.
Brandon Elaine.
Elizabeth Luxack.
Logan Christopher Ams.
Julia Jean Lyons.
Teresa Ames.
Kylie Rose Lyons.
Peyton Anderson.
Francesca Olia Madden.
Kirkin George Arpegian IV.
Damian J. Madison.
Amara Arroyo.
Andrew Dennis Maglioso.
Anastasia Averkin.
Shruti Mahajan.
Elena Dolores Asquaga Swafeda.
Christopher Michael Maher.
Isabella Yoko Bachtel.
Colton Leo Malley.
Sophia Emily Bond.
Vincent Anthony Malizia.
Colin R. Barrow.
Ella Giordano Mancinelli.
Shane A. Barrow.
Ava Mandato.
James Tyler Baer.
Kylie Grace Menino.
Nathaniel John Galley Bainfelt.
Ava Marandola.
Chase Benjamin Brand.
Matthew Peter Marciano.
Gabriella Beal.
Mac Marcy.
Carrie Jane Bernstein.
Matthew Martin.
Kristen Angela Batelli.
Lily Master Simone.
Sarah Morgan Bing.
Delaney Matthews.
Eleonora Olivia Black.
Amelia Alexandra Matusak.
Patrick Black.
Marissa Avery Mayer.
Bryn Bogle.
Shane Evan Mayo.
Vladislav Bosco.
Sarah Andrea McCafferty.
Isabella Busanti.
Dylan Nicholas McCaffrey.
Jason Boyd.
Riley Catherine McDonald.
Josephine Grace Boyle.
Delaney Grace McGurl.
Lillian Faye Brand.
Naz Kieran Mehta.
Corey Brennan.
Colin Mitsikas.
Kevin M. Brennan.
Maya Grace Mikshen.
Abishai Lev Briskin.
Ilya Mikov.
Sean Christopher Brush.
Morgan Faith Miller.
Abigail Elizabeth Bruca.
Benjamin Michel.
Alexander Harrison Bullock.
Thomas Mitchell.
Rachel Claire Bullock.
Arjun S. Modi.
Olivia Burns.
Sean Patrick Mooney Jr.
Grady Burt.
Brendan Morris.
Thomas T. Butler III.
Ella Morris.
Jack Kai.
Owen Sean Mullen.
Mia Nicole Chiron.
Zaid Najimi.
Dean Michael Callie.
Caitlin Nelson.
Madison Alexandra Campbell.
Reagan Elizabeth Nestoruk.
Broden D. Capaldi.
Carter Wen.
Grant Ralph Capozzoli.
Finn Nickel.
Macy A. Caravetta.
Genevieve Nicholson.
Lucy Elizabeth Carney.
Peyton Neefer.
Catherine Veronica Carpenter.
Polina Nikolenko.
Madeline Carpenter.
Sanvi Reddy Nima.
Mackenzie Tina Cassiano.
Nitya Nimagata.
Sophia Centofanti.
Vincent Michael Nola.
Gina Sophia Cerruti.
Andrew James O'Keefe.
Nicholas Charno.
Adeline May Oberhow.
Aiden Cherkaski.
Adrian Xavier Olart.
Sophia Cerise Chevreau.
Sage Emily Ondike.
Austin Choi.
Elizabeth Ann Osbeck.
Haley Nicole Clark.
Addison Angelina Oswald.
Joseph Thomas Clark.
Morgan Grace Owens.
Lila Samantha Cohen.
Miranda Nicole Palestini.
Lily Rebecca Cohen.
Temi Panagiotekis.
Addison Jean Colonna.
Kyle Logan Paris.
Otavia Copestick.
Zoe Catherine Pasanante.
Sophia K. Cordisco.
Arav Patel.
John Jeffrey Costello.
Rian A. Patel.
V. Choverlian.
Shriji Patel.
Giovanni Mateos Koza.
Thea Nicole Piercy.
Abigail Noemi Cranmer.
Felix Peng.
Alexa Jordan Cranmer.
Mitchell Petrosian.
Jack J. Curry.
Aiden Pianca.
Dominic D'Angelo.
Juliana Marie Picone.
Anthony Andrew D'Antuano.
Christopher John Pinho.
Taylor Egan Doms.
Stephen James Poole.
David Dye.
Thomas Owen Pressing.
John David Dennis Daniel.
Ashley Quinn.
Shaylin Sandra Davis.
Gavin James Quinn.
Luciano Vincent Dorenzo.
Ovia Raghupathy.
Riley Addison DeRusso.
Olivia Grace Ralston.
Francesca Anna DeStefano.
Olivia Faith Raskin.
William Michael Detra.
Jacob Reed.
Eric J. Diaz.
Megan McAlpin Reichenbach.
Ethan Michael Diaz.
James Dwyer Reynolds.
Aiden Dodge.
Natalie Ridlin.
Jackson Dollock.
Kevin Michael Riley.
Luke Dollock.
Jasper Ring.
Victor Doster.
Joseph Rizzo.
Ava Catherine Driscoll.
Jordan Frederick Robb.
Aiden Dritzis.
Alex Patrick Robertson.
Will Duffy.
Dylan Hara Robinson.
Artem Jindoyev.
Maria Isabella Rodriguez.
Nora Helen Eder.
Angelina Rodriguez.
Annabelle Marlene Elko.
Abigail Jean Rogan.
Josh Spencer Ehrman.
Samantha Michelle Roseman.
Braden Escobar.
Marcus Anthony Rosenberg.
Caroline Sophia Familant.
Nora Marie Rosenberg.
Joseph Paul Finelli IV.
Owen Michael Rosenberg.
Aaron Farigi.
Julia Rose Rotolo.
Emerita Featherstone.
Sebastian Rucky.
Brianna Page Fine.
Ajuni Kaur Soberwall.
Meadow Ann Ference.
David Ian Sadowski.
Ryan Cooper Ferry.
Andrew Carmen Salvucci.
Erin Rosalana Fay.
Milo Sanfilippo.
Cameron Grace Forsyth.
Salva Saraj.
Ronan Allen Frawley.
Pavi Satija.
Justin Jerry Gadsden.
Evelina Monica Schaaf.
Nicholas Michael Gammels.
Eliza Jane Shaw.
Amanda Lee Gardner.
Oliver Bede Schaefer.
Alex Gargalovich.
Ryan Donald Schaefer.
Mackenzie Elizabeth Gearing.
Michael Anthony Shapizi Jr.
Julian Genovese.
Gabriella Schill.
Abigail Gessner.
Justin Thomas Schneider.
Lucy Giacourt.
George Schottmiller.
Sahib Gill.
Violet Isabella Schroer.
Pranav Gobinathan.
Brianna Seeley.
Miles M. Godbold.
William J. Seiler.
William Joseph Godonis.
Aiden Cement.
Gabriella Rain Gold.
Daniel A. Setters.
Ian Nathani Goldberg.
Gabriel Martin Schaefer.
Maya Gossick.
Anika K. Shaw.
Emerson Taylor Gottlieb.
Peyton K. Shaw.
Joshua Alexander Gould.
Logan James Sherlock.
Nancy Jean Marlene Gowland.
Alexander Ethan Smith.
Colin Graham.
Gabrielle Deborah Smith.
Jonathan N. Gray.
Kayla A. Smith.
Brendan Nicholas Green.
Peyton Riley Smith.
Jacob M. Green.
Reese Smith.
Jonathan Grundy McLaughlin.
Aaron David Smolin.
Sonny Goal.
Charles William Snyder.
Anvi Gupta.
Luke Spinelli.
Joshua B. Gerwood.
Isabella Mary Starcynic.
Sydney Haig.
Abigail Grace Stedman.
Ibrahim Ashraf Hagag.
Isabel Betty Steiner.
Emily Margaret Hammond.
Alexa Ray Stelmach.
Taylor Rose Herring.
Audrey Story.
Brooklyn Jade Harrell.
Jackson Stucker.
Eliana Paris Hartley.
Ella Nicole Saluski.
Patrick Hastings.
Liam Sullivan.
Ashley S. Haywood.
Sophie Ann Sund.
Aiden Christian Heights.
Catherine Allison Sweeney.
Emily Hernandez.
Lena Cito.
Elijah E. Higgins.
Caroline Marie Takis.
Brandon William Holmes.
Kayla Tang.
Bella Carol Holzman.
Aziz Toshpolatov.
Arya Honawar.
Isabella Titleman.
Calvin E. Hopkins.
Noelle Jasleen Thomas.
Catherine Grace Horan.
Audrey Peyton Thompson.
Felix Daniel Hortel Morales.
Reese Lee Thrutchley.
Evan Jackson.
Gabriella Tkach.
Asan Javid.
Cara Marie Trehi.
Vidya Jayaprakash.
Megan Rose Turner.
Silas Henry Jefferson.
Sarah Kate Tyler.
Kayla Faith John.
Justin L. Yule.
Reed Johnson.
Ethan Samuel Unger.
Luca Taras Kacharai.
Ariel Jana Ashrenko.
Jane Kaleem.
Letitia Uchimura.
Skylar Rose Kamenetz.
Jamie Bella Valeriano.
William Camp.
Owen Van Zelst.
Alina Khan.
Windsor Varity.
Madeline Amelia Katona.
Zachary James Vigrass.
Chloe Addison Katsanos.
Emma Waite.
Nikos Franco Katsos.
Andrew Walker.
Ashley Kearney.
Olivia Walska.
Hannah Leah Kadar.
Sean Weisner.
Harrison D. Keel.
Casey Grace Welch.
Logan Nicholas Kelly.
Jake Wellwood.
Mackenzie Sarah Kelly.
Riley White.
Emily Lynn Kennedy.
Jake Whitlock.
Kaylee E. Kansian.
Nathaniel Neal Whitney.
Jeffrey W. Cove.
Connor Christian Williams.
Chase Ryan Kimball.
Peter Martin Williams, Jr.
Sierra Jordan Klein.
Lauren A. Williamson.
Haley Marie Kodluck.
Danielle Reyna Winkler.
Addison Kohler.
Sophie Wisniewska.
Jennifer Maria Colati.
Timothy Tin Wong.
Amara Corveshi.
John Aaron Wozniak.
Benjamin Glendon Kraft.
Skylar Ann Wright.
Omar Crow.
Tobias James Wyckoff.
Madeline Breeze Crisco.
Joshua Young.
Angelina Dimitrievna.
Kellyanne Grace Yizzy.
Samuel H. Kurtz.
Shinyi Yu.
Robert Oscar Kernichuk.
Gabriella Talia Zingari.
Michael Lakhta.
Addison Riley Zarillo.
Marley Laffey.
Michael Zarutsky.
Caitlin Riley Landers.
Jordan Reese Zazoff.
Elizabeth Lane.
Jester Zhao.
Ruby Kai Lazaro.
Max Hayden Zelansky.
Zachary Leeser. Jane Elizabeth Leifer. Zach Lietman. Landon Lentz. Asher Scott Levitt. Natalie Levy. Samantha Jane Levy.
Good? All right. Let's give him one more big round of applause. So, in addition to our previously acknowledged class of 2025 distinguished scholars whose weighted GPA fell in the top 2% of the class, I would now like to celebrate the accomplishment of the class of 2025 scholars, the remaining students in the top 10% of the class. Scholars, please stand to be recognized. I am additionally honored to recognize those brave young graduates from the class of 2025 who are ready to stand up for freedom and democracy in an increasingly turbulent world. Would all students entering an academy, enlisting in the armed services, or entering an ROTC program please rise for acknowledgement? At this time, would you all please rise and join us in singing Council Rock's Alma Mater, led by Council Rock North's Choir Ensemble under the direction of Miss Heather Brewer. Please be seated. At this time, it is my pleasure to now introduce our first student speaker, Grace Seammens, whose speech is entitled, Your Next Arena.
Hello, my name is Grace, and I am so honored to be speaking today. First, congratulations to the class of 2025. We should all be so, yes, cheer, yes. We should all be so proud of the time and effort we put in to get to this moment. Second, thank you to Mr. Truskevich and Mr. Venziali for all of your support throughout our time in high school. And thank you to all of our teachers, administrators, and parents who have helped us fail, learn, and grow these last 4 years. Today, I want to share a quote by Teddy Roosevelt that my dad has always shared with me. Be the man in the arena. The first time I heard it was when I moved here before 5th grade. I was so scared to start at a new school in a new place, and my dad told me to be the man in the arena. I, of course, had no idea what this meant. It was just something that my dad had said to me. As I grew up and continued to experience new things, I started to understand what being the man in the arena meant. Being the man in the arena is about putting yourself out there. It is about being the person to try something new, unsure of whether or not you'll be successful. Throughout your time in high school, you've probably failed. You did poorly on a test your freshman year. You got rejected by at least a few colleges. You didn't get the job that you wanted. You were not a failure. You were the man in the arena. And while North is a very competitive place, it is also a place where we could fail. Our teachers wishing us the best created a soft place to land when we got knocked down in each new arena. It fostered the bravery and empathy needed to try new things in new places. This school allowed us to make mistakes, learn from them, and grow to be ready to take on new arenas beyond North. Maybe you did fail your test, or got rejected by your dream college, or didn't get the job that you went out for. But when you thought that you failed, you may have missed the bigger picture. Despite failing that test, you still passed that class. Despite not getting accepted to every college, you found the path for you. Despite not getting that job, you found a much better opportunity later on. Success is found each time you step outside of your comfort zone and say, let's try this. Being the man in the arena is not about succeeding, it is about trying. Your future is defined not by the times that you missed the mark, but rather by the times that you attempted to meet that mark. You will learn so much more about who you are and what you are capable of from trying something new than you will doing the same thing over and over again. And maybe your next arena is college, or trade school, or employment, or the military, or even a gap year. Maybe this new arena will bring failure, but maybe, just maybe, it will bring grand success. But really, that isn't even what matters. What matters is that you showed up in that arena and tried in the first place. What matters is that you are the man in the arena. You will try, you will fail, and you will try again. That is success. Your success is found in your effort, in simply trying, not anything else. I have full confidence that the class of 2025 has every ability to be the people in the arena. Thank you.
Nicely done.
Our second student speaker is Ava Deo, whose speech is entitled Tree of Growth.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ava Deo, and I would like to thank you all for being present today as we commemorate a momentous step in the journey of the class of 2025. Getting here was not easy. However, even after multiple tests that didn't go quite as planned, games lost, friendships parted, and tears shed, we walk away with the courage to face tribulation, the strength to conquer it, and the excitement to bask in the rewards. I would like to begin with an important message that I feel paints an accurate picture of the success of our past and the potential of our future. As Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." However, just as a tree cannot sprout its leaves without the support of its roots, trunk, and branches, Council Rock North's class of 2025 could not believe in the beauty of their dreams without the support of their roots, trunk, and branches. Primarily, parents, guardians, and family members. You are our roots. You teach us the lessons necessary to grow, nourish our curious minds and loving hearts unconditionally, and keep us anchored into the ground when others threaten to make us fall. Without you, we would be no one. Thank you for making each of us someone, and thank you for beginning our growth. Teachers, faculty, and staff members, you are our tree trunk. You give us the strength to stand. You act as a vital transport for the knowledge of our ever-growing world into our minds. With each passing year, we will hold on to your advice, kind words, and constructive corrections in order to continue to rise. Thank you for allowing us to stand tall and proudly, despite the efforts of others attempting to make us feel small. Friends and classmates, we are each other's branches. We relate to the uncomfortable circumstances of everyday life in high school while still facilitating the exposure to new faces, ideas, and belief systems. Without each other, our growth would be stagnant and indistinguishable. Thank you for allowing us to branch out, pun intended, and find ourselves within a community of individuals attempting to sprout the same leaves. So finally, students, the knowledge we leave with and the goals we set for ourselves are the leaves for which we have worked so hard to grow. Our leaves are proof of the hard work and dedication behind the diploma we will receive today, and evidence of the strong futures ahead of us. However, do not be discouraged if your leaves begin to fall, because regardless of the harshness of a winter, our roots, trunk, and branches will always be there to regrow our leaves in the spring. So as we disperse onto the paths we have paved for ourselves, we must not forget the hundreds of individuals who surround us at this moment, who got us to this point and will not hesitate to pick us up when we fall, because we will fall, but we will also get back up and continue to grow our leaves. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2025.
Great job.
Good job.
Our final student speaker is Al Luna, class of 2025 president, whose speech is entitled Choices.
All right, all right, all right. Hey, class of 2025. All right, guys, come on. There we go. You've probably heard me say that exact phrase enough times over the last 4 years, and thankfully for you guys, it's my last time. We're here today in the Walt to celebrate ourselves. There's no more exams, homework, or stress attached to high school. While it is very, very hot, and that was a very nice breeze right there, let's enjoy this final moment that we have for ourselves. First and foremost, I have lots of people to thank. Thank you to our wonderful advisors, Deannie and DV. Give them a hand right now. You are the backbone of our class and are responsible for our success. Thank you to Mr. T and Mr. V, who are the leaders of our school, and their work every day for our school cannot go unnoticed. Again, give them a hand. And most importantly, thank you to all the teachers who have taught us over the years. Thank you for the silent suffering that you endure to better the future of a new generation of people. We have not achieved this success alone, for it is everyone involved in our lives for the last 4 years who are responsible for this success. So in other words, thank you all. All right. Graduating high school was one of the hardest things that I have ever had to do. You see, by day, I was a hardworking academic and would occasionally show up to track practice. Sorry, Merrington, if you're out there. And by night, I was a vigilante searching the streets of Newtown for crime and peril. And that's why I was late almost every day for first period. I know Senora Rubach probably was not a fan of that, and I'm sorry. And also, I'm joking about being a vigilante, by the way. That's not true. Once I was asked to speak at graduation, I went to YouTube for some help and searched top 10 best grad speeches of all time. Unfortunately for all of you, I did not use what I found. Rather, I turned to my father like I have done many times before, and I asked for help. Thinking back to when I was much younger, when I was about 6, 7 years old, my father would reflect on how he would teach me to become my own man. Growing up, my father always wanted me to think about my own choices. He did not outright tell me right and wrong and what exactly I had to do, but he gave me the skill set and the insight for me to know what is right and what is wrong so I could learn to make my own choices even in the face of uncertainty. I admire my father. Without him, I would not be standing up here to speak to you, nor would I have accomplished all that I wanted to while in high school. He is my biggest supporter, and he's somewhere over here on this side. So thank you so much, and I love you. Yeah, go for it, yeah. But choices. In his solo song, Beautiful Boy, John Lennon said, "Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans." Life revolves around the uncertainty, and all that you are equipped with is the wisdom that you have taken in to react to that uncertainty. What I wish to do is to impart some of the same wisdom that my father gave to me. Thinking back to our younger selves when our parents, teachers, and coaches told us that high school would be the best time of our lives, I'm hit by a wave of memories. And yes, I had a pretty good time in high school, thinking back upon all the sweaty mosh pits at every dance, running senior assassin, despite what many of you may think about it, and watching the World Cup during downtime nearly all of my classes sophomore year. But thinking that this really is the best that my life has to offer, I am almost upset. The feeling of failing a test, even having studied for it, having my parking spot taken by random parents during drop-off in the mornings. If parents here do that, the line is not that bad. Please, just wait like a little bit longer, it'll be all right. And also, sorry again, losing Blue and White night. Still a little bit raw. To ease my conscience, I often watch movies. My father introduced me to a lot of music and movies when I was younger. Movies in particular brought me immense joy. One of my favorites has to be the absolute masterpiece that is Dazed and Confused. It was made in 1993 by Richard Linklater, and it follows the last day of school for rising seniors. Being confused by what to write for my grad speech, I turned it on. It seemingly has no plot, and truthfully, it doesn't, but it still rings true. What I found was a generation of teenagers, just like us, have the same angst as we do, that this is the best it gets. Every character is unique, but they are all similar in their collective bad choices that they all act upon throughout the movie. While I am glad that our class is not like theirs, and for good reason, I can't help but reflect on how their class contrasts with ours. Matthew McConaughey's character is in his mid-20s and still goes to high school parties. Other characters spend all of their time worried about the superficial aspects of high school life. They all actively make a lot of really bad choices. Only Pink, the main character played by Jason London, has the foresight to see that greater things lie beyond high school life. I see him in many of you here today. He actively chooses to treat this night as just the start of the rest of his life, knowing that better things lie in his future. As I stand in front of all of you here today, I ask all the seniors to make the choices with the foresight that better things are to come, and not to make the choices that only benefit you now. Further, I implore you today not to get hung up on what was, but to think about what may become. Do not let the fear of failure outweigh the joy that may come if you succeed. Most importantly, please, 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 do not use the hope of a better future to let go completely of people who truly love you now. I would love to have just one more day with all of you again, and graduating is not a valid excuse to forget about our time together. By the time we are 70, high school will make up less than 5% of our lives. 5%. That is effectively a flash in the vast context of our entire lives. Make the conscious choice to not allow this 5% to become the best it gets. Much less, I do not want to become Matthew McConaughey's character, and when I'm 25, I do not want to reminisce about the good old days. Mediocre is comfortable, and it's very, very easy. But I don't know about you guys, but I want to be great. If given the choice, do not become comfortable. Speaking up here is horrifying as is, especially since I also have a stutter. To say that I'm terrified up here would be an understatement. I try not to choose the things that make me feel secure, but I try to challenge myself to take the path that absolutely scares me. And I am absolutely terrified about this next chapter in my life. I believe most of us out here are also terrified, and that's good. If given the choice between doing something comfortable and doing something that's completely foreign to you, make yourself uncomfortable. Make that an active choice. Only when we are uncomfortable do we truly experience life. Make the choice to join that club sport. Take that class you know nothing about. Talk to a person you never had before. And most importantly, do something that you, yes, you right now, would never expect high school you to do. While you should not take after Matthew McConaughey's character, you should take after his advice. Let me tell you this, the older you do get, the more rules they're gonna try and get you to follow. You just gotta keep living, man. Livin. So make the right choice. Get busy living uncomfortably. Class of 2025, thank you.
Great job. Thank you, Grace, Ava, and Al, for your amazing and inspiring words. I would like to thank several individuals who have worked extremely closely with the class. Mr. Anthony Venzial, Class of 2025 Principal. His dedication and commitment is unmatched in getting all of you here today. The Class of 2025, I know, have left a lasting impact on you. Choking up here, buddy. As we congratulate him on being the next principal of Council Rock High School South. Secondly, Ms. Dayton Van Tresca and Ms. Deanne, you two are rock stars. They have spent countless hours over the past 4 years working with your class officers to plan homecoming, proms, end-of-year events, and the senior trip. More importantly, they have been two of the biggest cheerleaders for the class of 2025. Thank you all for your work. There's one additional individual in the field that I would like to recognize. In a couple of weeks, Mr. Nate Scott will be retiring. He has spent 21 of his 35 years in education as the assistant principal of Council Rock High School North. Over that time frame, he was a grade level principal for 6 classes and has supported over 10,000 students during that time. Nate, as a school community, we are extremely thankful for your service and your dedication to Council Rock North. You're a stellar educator, mentor, and a friend to so many. Thank you. At this time, it is my pleasure to now introduce Dr. Andrew Sanko, Council Rock School District Superintendent of Schools.
Council Rock High School North students, congratulations. You've arrived. You sit here today fully prepared and accomplished as Council Rock North seniors, ready to step forward into the greater world with confidence in the journey ahead. This is the moment, the culmination of your efforts, the turning point that declares to the world that you are ready to embrace all that the future holds. Today, you are recognized not only for completing a rigorous body of work, but for earning the title of Council Rock High School North graduate. The path to this day has demanded persistence, resilience, and vision. It has brought you to doing this defining moment where your future stretches wide before you, open, limitless, and brimming with potential. In the presence of your families, your teachers, your community, and your friends, take pride in what you've achieved. Savor the moment. Let it sink in. Let it stay with you. As your story becomes part of the Council Rock legacy, know that you carry with you our lasting pride and admiration. Wherever the future takes you, You will always be part of the Council Rock family. Members of the School Board of Directors, the students seated before you have met the requirements for graduation set forth by the Board of Directors of the Council Rock School District and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. At this time, I would like to introduce Council Rock School Board President, Mr. Ed Tate, for the conferral of diplomas. Mr. Tate.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sanko. Class of 2025, having met the requirements set forth by the Board of Directors of the Council Rock School District and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon each of you a diploma recognizing your graduate status. Please move your tassel from the right side of your cap to the left. I now pronounce you graduates of Council Rock High School North. Congratulations. Congratulations.
This concludes our graduation ceremony for Council Rock High School North, class of 2025. Thank you all for attending, and congratulations to our seniors. Seniors, please remember to pick up your diplomas. Have a great afternoon.
Nice job. Congratulations.
No, thank you. Thanks for all your support and help. Thank you for everything. All your support. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Mrs. Stone, are you going over? Yeah. You want to ride with me? I'll bring it back.
Anthony.